Ah, the midterms, that special time when we ceremonially punish one side for not fixing everything by voting in the other side to make it even harder. Yeah, America's fine. It's News O'Clock. I'm Dave Colombo. Breaking news, America asks us to once again rock the vote by electing people who look like they want you to turn down your music. Let's do a little midterm check-in. First, the news Biden is pardoning pot possession, which won't affect me since the paranoia from my last edible at the circus wasn't about getting caught, but that the elephants were talking to me. Yes, that's impressive. No, I can't break you out. This is a surprising move, and not just because he looks like the old guy on the bus giving you that side eye for how hinky your jacket smells, but rather because of his former anti-drug stance. But I give him credit. Anyone who's seen Steven Seagal recently knows that it can be hard to move on from the 80s. Though that was a simpler time that we're never gonna get back again. But Dave, they re-release the Ecto Cooler all the time. It's not the same and you know it. Side note, I love young Biden. I think we'll all be okay if he commits to America half as long as he's committed to that hair. If we do federally decriminalize weed, we are going to need some new dispensary pun names that appeal to the older generation. Might I suggest George H.W. Cush, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Grass, and Harry Chronic Jr. Add this to the list of Biden's accomplishments that we're all going to ignore when we inevitably categorize him as a mediocre president for not being as exciting as the literal game show host, and the fact that his demeanor is that of someone trying to hold a conversation while also doing math in his head. Meanwhile, the Republicans continue their firm stance to deny abortions except in the case of being Herschel Walker, whose name is appropriate since he is walking a lot back. The pro-life candidate allegedly paid for a girlfriend's abortion. Wow, you know your party's on the wrong side when doing a decent thing is a huge scandal. His campaign is breaking down faster than a flapjack offense against a three-man zone pressure on the outside. Look, if I have to keep pretending I know sports, I will get a nosebleed. Now look, I don't want to joke about someone who might have limited cognitive ability from years of football. There's plenty of people like that already in Congress who don't even have that excuse. But he is trying to become a senator, to shape people's lives with his policies, so judging his words is fair game. Or as they say in the NFL, free ball! Uh-oh. Walker denied the allegations, yet says he's forgiven, which is like me saying I didn't eat the cookies, but they were delicious. We can declare our own amnesty now? Great, if you didn't laugh at any of these jokes, just know that I've been forgiven. Then there's Dr. Oz, whose medical research allegedly killed hundreds of animals. So if you're still defending him, you've got Milo and Otis levels of cognitive dissonance. Do not Google that, but your childhood is a lie. Does it strike conservatives as strange that their candidates for office aren't just bad by liberal standards, they're bad by Republican standards? These aren't simple, hardworking folks with family values. They're millionaire TV personalities making abortion sympathy cards and charcuterie boards. Look, let's be honest, they don't represent you. They're snake oil salesmen and opportunists catching the wake of that giant orange yacht called the SS Grab 'em by the Buoy, that's a great joke, in hopes to gain power and influence by those they perceive as the easier side to manipulate, which is hard to hear you argue against over the clanging of your MAGA keychain and bottle opener. And Democrats, we need to work harder. Get out there and vote. Our president just forgave student loans and said weed is cool. The fact these races are even close is proof that our messaging is weaker than whatever passes for Ecto Cooler these days. See you next week.